He's making history and putting Detroit on the map. We've witnessed 3 of his movies: Uncut the Movie, Act of Vengeance, and Fatal Brew. He's director, producer, and CEO of Dragon Films LLC. He's also a 2021 Telly Award winner and the man they nickname the Godfather of Detroit cinema, Mr. Tommy Henry. His next film is slated to be his best action film yet, Deadly Retribution. The fundraiser for Deadly Retribution is January 15, 2022, at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center, 15801 Michigan Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan, 48126.
Once again, welcome to Inside the Music Biz. I am Cornbread, your host, and we have with us 3 lovely young ladies of the group Love I Am. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
And by the way, since of those of our viewers who may not know who is who in the group, would you identify yourselves and remind your ages and all of that? We'll get into all the details.
Yeah, so my name is TJ,
Sarita, and Chi Chi. And we're all 21 and running, so that's...
Okay, so we never asked a lady your age. Okay, that type of thing. Now, first and foremost, for those like myself, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying haven't passed our 20s, but yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still good. You all can go in the bar type of thing, so there's no problem. Yeah. And for those who may not know of you, again, we're letting the viewers know for the first time who you are and what's going on with it. The name, Love I Am. I've always been intrigued by that. Where did that come from? And why? Why that name?
Well, we kind of just all came up with it. We were throwing a couple of names around, but we knew we wanted our group to be centered around love. And then it just we felt like I Am was strong, and we kind of just put it together.
Okay.
And,
And so how long has the group been together? I know obviously you three are sisters. I make
Right.
sure we establish that. So you've been together for a family, but how long as a group have you been together?
What about 4 or 5 years now?
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of the events or places you've played, or how has the reception been to your group and your singing?
Well, we've played at a lot of venues. We've played at we sang at the music hall, the Charles A. Trent Museum with Michael Henderson. We've done a lot of Bert's Warehouse, the Park Shelton downtown for Noel night.
Okay.
So we've done a lot of venues.
Okay.
So
And by the way, of the group, is there a leader or lead singer, or who's who does the most of the burden falls on, I should say, of the singing or the harmonizing or the dance steps or getting everything together? Who would be the leader?
Well, we usually try to like whatever song that we're performing, whatever goes right with whose voice, then we choose between that. But you know, usually she does kind of a lot of the leads in the songs, but it just depends on the song.
Okay. And I saw a posting, I believe it was on Facebook, which Chi-Chi, I think you said, thanks for TJ for our go-to song. And she had pointed that out. And I'm going to put you on the spot in the sense of saying, can you give us a little harmony to show the viewers of what
Okay.
Love I Am is about?
yes,
If you don't mind.
This is our go-to song. So when I had you, I treated you bad and wrong, my dear. But since you went away, don't you know I sat around with my head hanging down, and I wonder loving you.
That's excellent. There we go. That is excellent. I like that. Now, so obviously that's an in vogue song. They did a version of Smokey Robinson's and the Jackson 5 version. But what direction of music will your group take? Is that R&B style? Is it pop? Is it rock? What is it? That was an R&B song, obviously. But what's the direction of music your group takes?
Well, we have a couple different approaches. We have R&B, soul, and feel good and positive music.
Okay.
So and of course you can't go wrong with love songs. So.
Oh, no, definitely. Oh, good. Babyface and Luther made a career out of doing love songs and all. And so, by the way, your manager is here, who happens to be
Our father.
okay, and he is also a writer and producer and former artist himself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, is that what influenced you to get into the business? Seeing growing up, knowing your dad was in the industry and knowing his style of music and the things he went through?
Well, he was actually the one that brought the idea to us that he heard us sing together for the first time. And growing up, like, we would listen to his music, but, we didn't think that we would be a group one day. So he heard us sing one time for the first time, and then we all just so happened, soprano, and our voices come together. And we started going to vocal classes with our vocal coach, Miss Greenwood.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just, ever since then, have just been singing and doing shows. And after our first show, which was on the Princess Boat, we got callbacks.
Wow.
And, you know, he is our #1 supporter, so he pushes us and, you know, keeps us going.
Now you mentioned pushing. Now, Sarita, again, I have 2 daughters, and I tried to get one into this, and it was like pulling teeth to get her, that she see me in the studio, she, you know, all of the stuff. To me, this is the best business in the world. But when I bring my daughter to the studio, all she's interested in is watching TV. And so the fact that he's able to keep you all together, I give him big props in that sense. It reminds me of Venus and Serena's dad, who had the bigger vision of getting them into tennis, and now they're great. So in that sense, I give him all the props in the world. But how do you feel about working with your sister, Sarita? Starting with you. How has it been working with your 2 sisters, and what is it like being a family type group with dad as the manager?
Well, you know, it's been good.
Okay.
But you know, it's always, you know, we're sisters, we do butt heads, so you know that's normal. But at the end of the day, we enjoy working with each other. It's fun to be creative and be able to make music and have 3 different minds come together and make a project. And so that's a really good feeling for family to come together and work.
Okay, so Chi-Chi, now, has it been something, again, has this been fulfilling in a sense, this group idea, or working in the industry or being in the industry, has it been fulfilling, or do you feel you're doing this to appease someone else's quest, so in other words, so that type of thing?
I think it's a learning experience too, so it gives you motivation, and then it also teaches you how to love too, because a lot of times family, it's hard for family to stick together.
Yes.
And everybody goes their separate ways, but if you guys all have the same vision, and when one's up, they could pick the other one up, or when one's down, vice versa. So I feel like at the end of the day, family is #1, but and work is obviously second. But when you try and put the 2 together, you just need to really work. You guys all need to be on one accord and pick up where one falls off, vice versa, and then it'll all come together.
Has it been a, I guess, gratifying experience in all of the time of being together?
Yeah, because you learn new stuff about yourself, and then you think, well, who else would I be doing it with? If anything, I'd want to do it with my sisters. So.
Okay, good. I like that answer and all. And so, and TJ, to you, and not definitely going to leave you out in this sense and all. Some of the other projects I hear that you're being involved with, by the group, you've gotten into acting as well as performing in front of cameras for Dragon Films.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? How was that experience, and how did you come about in working with Dragon Films?
Well, it started at the Michael Henderson show. I think that's when we got connected with Tom, and we acted from there, and it was a very good experience because it gives us experience. And to go through the whole movie premiere situation was very a good experience and something to remember.
Oh, and I guess I call it the premiere, where you did the Hollywood entrance. You wasn't there, Chi-Chi, but they came in and just stopped the show. Literally, when they came in, that was an entrance. They came in, and the beauty of them just, oh my goodness. So the premiere, when you mentioned that, it just came to mind in that sense. But I hear now you're going to be in another movie with Dragon Films.
Yes, well, we're really excited about that.
Has it been, I guess, any information on the role or what will you be doing?
Not yet. We're still waiting on more information on that.
Oh, you too, huh? Okay.
But we are excited just with the small little things we heard. So
okay. I don't think it's a small role. It's called Deadly Retribution. So you and I both, that's the only thing we know. That somebody is holding on to that information. But I hear it's going to be a major role, and various things are going to be happening beyond just singing. So how was getting prepared for that?
Well, we're still getting prepared. Like I said, we're waiting on more information and just making sure that we stay rehearsing and keeping our vocals together. So in our harmony.
So you know it's more than just singing in this movie, right? It's actual acting, and again, I'm grasping at straws and trying to figure out the plot of the movie, but I do know it's more than just a singing role like you had in Fatal Brew. So it's going to be acting, it's going to be drama, it's going to be intense. So are you ready for that? And how are you preparing?
We're ready. Maybe you can tell me more about our singing.
And I too feel like if the better you get with just like your singing and being able to tap into your emotions, then you could just transfer that into your acting and stuff like that. So the better we get at our craft, it'll like singing and us doing live performances too. I felt like it's gonna help us for this film because we're already used to kind of getting in character like before stage and stuff like that. So when we're speaking of character, you do know you'll be doing music for the soundtrack, or has that been kept on the hush hush from you as well?
We're actually glad that you're telling us this right
now.
now.
You don't know? Oh, okay. I'm giving you a scoop. Okay.
We're getting that's making us more excited from hearing you tell us these little details.
So I say anything more, I mean, you know about the third movie. Well, I'm sorry, this will be movie number 4. After Deadly Retribution. No, hold it. That'd be the fifth movie. That you three will be, you haven't heard.
Well,
was a star of that. When we come back from break, I'm going to show you this picture that was just sent over to me regarding the next role, Triple Threat.
I like that.
Well,
that's
it took me all night to think of that title. No,
yeah, we've heard that before.
But that's this is from Dragon Films. So I thought he had mentioned that to you, that he's trying to make it a more expansive role in all of the movies that you do. Each time you build upon what you did the last time. Deadly Retribution will be bigger, and this will be where now you're the leads.
Right.
Is that telling you too much?
No, that part we knew, but the details of the plots and all
right.
fun, exciting stuff, we don't know yet.
Well, again, we're going to take a break real quick for a minute, get with the sponsors and various things going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to show you the picture during the break, and let me know what you think of that.
All right.
Okay. we are back with the lovely ladies of Love I Am, TJ, Sarita, and Chi-Chi. Again, thank you for coming to Inside the Music Biz. So during the break, I showed you, I guess, a little mock-up of the next movie, Triple Threat, I believe. That's a Triple Threat, that movie. What do you think?
I think it's going to be very fun. I think it's going to be very, people are going to like it. I'm sure. It reminded me of like a Charlie's Angels.
Right.
But
See,
I'm really excited to know what roles.
well, see, that part of it, again, I'm still finding out. But one of the things, again, that the producer and director, as well as the writer, Tom Henry, Dragon Films, had mentioned that he said because, again, there is something he saw that would make you three to be marquee level of being saying, okay, we put them in there, would this be a great move to bring in more fans, bring in more of attention to the project? And based on how you've interacted with the company and all, various things going on. So do you think you have what it takes right now to pull it off?
I think so because, like Chi-Chi said, the more shows that we do, the more comfortable you get with the stage. If we were to do this 2-3 years ago, it seems like maybe we would still be having a break out of our shell. But the more shows that we've done, it's kind of like we're settled in now with the stage. So I'm sure with being settled in with the stage, it'll be easier to act and be open, you know, because that for me at least took a process when it comes to performing.
Cool.
But now I feel like I can sing more open, I can express myself more open than before.
And I'm just thinking about if we do any fighting scenes.
Yeah, it will be. I was going to bring that part up.
I think good thing we're in shape. Like, well, we work out and stuff. I haven't in a minute, but still, that's the part where I feel like it'll be, I don't think challenging, but that'll be something new.
Well, we have coaching that will be available. And
right.
Again, going back to one movie before, Deadly Retribution, your role, or you three, your roles in there, will involve fight scenes, running, jumping, kicking. I mean, some people have a natural knack for comedy or drama. I mean, if you were to say this would be a movie I would want to be in, which movie or which type would that be if you said you had your choice? Would it be an action? Would it be comedy? Would it be romance, rom-com, what?
I would want action.
I
like action, right? Because action might seem, I'd probably want to do a little more, well, if it's too, something too much, yeah, stunt. But I'd rather do more like of a physical thing than needing to do drama is cool, but you really need to be professional acting in order to do, getting all that.
But what you with action? Now, can you take a punch? No, I'm just kidding. Because it's a way in a movie that you look like you're fighting and kicking and hitting someone. But to get an idea, look at Kill Bill Volume 1 with Vivica Fox, and there's a scene in there where she's fighting Uma Thurman with a knife in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that was serious.
And it looks so real. Yeah. But it was choreographed and shot over a week's time, in which it made to look, I mean, they were like going at it. You thinking they really fighting, but it's choreographed stunts. Do you think you could pull off something like that? I love the confidence.
Yeah, this is going to be a good challenge.
Yes.
It's going to really push us to our limit, I feel, which is good.
Well, one of the things I like about working with Dragon Films is Tom doesn't just throw you in front of the camera and say, okay, lights on, go at it. He'll put you through a stunt camp in which you are actually physically learning to take a punch, look like you're taking a punch, throw a punch, so as he called it, selling a punch or selling a kick. Taking various ways in which you are not hurting people on camera, but it's looking like that. If it looks fake, again, it will be transmitted that way to the audience. So it's something, again, you will have to be trained to do, but it can get physically demanding. People have been hurt even in the stunt camp situation. So, I mean, I don't want to sound sexist, but with getting those beautiful looks and all of that in the ring with someone and they're throwing punches and knowing you could get kicked, would that be something that would say, oh no, this ain't for me?
Yeah, well, we have brothers, so not like that, but we grew up like, we not like, saying that's okay, but I think that it'll be okay, especially with coaching.
Honestly, maybe it'll be
I think okay.
easier because it'll be more real,
Right.
versus
Yeah, but it's
faking
it's something else. But people have gotten hurt in faking a fight, so it's
Yeah.
something again. So now we're gonna have singer slash actor slash what else as part of the resume once you gotten this done.
we do our own
Slash-
stunts.
Yeah, slash modeling slash
Okay.
endorsement slash.
And Smiling, you're gonna be the very first model of the month for Dragon Films and Magazine. And
Yeah.
you've seen some of the fruits from that and all. How do you feel about that?
We're happy. We're glad that we're the models of
DJ, you just so low key. You remind me. I told Tom he could win $1 million, and he'll say, "Oh, hey, that's nice. Yeah, woman check." You know, you just sound so low key and all of that. But you're model of the month, the very first premiere issue of Dragon Films and Magazine, cover story of the second issue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah, we're glad.
I'm just too hyper and all of that. So that's great, taking it all in stride. But this is going to be, I guess, the stepping stone. Already you're in the industry, but this is going to be like a stepping stone toward bigger and better things because we're trying to get the movie on Netflix, various theaters around the state as well as the country, distribution deals that will get it out. So you're going to, in that sense, blow up, or that's our goal. Are you ready?
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah.
we're ready, and we're just honored to be able to be the first on the cover and all that stuff, especially because it's the first edition. So that's a blessing right there in itself. So.
Okay. So how have you all prepared for the fame? I tell Tom because I like being behind the scenes, and as Tom is the first cover story type of thing, I'm the one behind it helping write. But if people were to notice anyone, it'll be him before me. Are you ready for that level of attention? Yeah, I know even as singers you get it, but even more so now. Are you ready?
Well, I think that we're ready. Going into this, I think that we know that that's gonna come and that's a part of it. So we need to get prepared. But after doing this for a few years, and it's kind of gotten to that level where we have fame, but not to
The extent.
Yeah. So I think that we'll handle it pretty well.
Well, so
You just need to
yeah.
make sure you're grounded,
Yes.
right? You
Being
just need to make
grounded.
sure you're grounded and pretend like and walk and act like it already happened. So when it does happen, you're gonna be prepared.
Okay.
So
Because I've noticed you on various events Dragon Films has held, and you all come across cool, calm, collected as pros. And at this young age of being so, I guess, well grounded in the industry, I think again that definitely gives harkens back to what I said about your father when he was in the industry and the various things he put in you regarding that. So gotta give him props in that regard because you three come together very well mannered, very respectful, and just simply ready to go. This is the first time I ever saw y'all come late, by the way. First time. I was like, oh my goodness, hope everything's okay. Now, one of the things too, we had the Dragon Films Hall of Fame Awards last June, and you three had a special presentation given to you.
oh,
Yes,
our
we
reward.
won a reward. I'm so angry we didn't bring it, but
Oh.
that was beautiful. I wasn't expecting that, and it helps to keep going. It helps to keep us going because I'm sure like every group or everyone who needs to work together has to work through challenges, and with sometimes those challenges are not easy. But with things that keep on coming like this, it always reassures, keep on going. So that's why we know this is it's a blessing. So and that reward was just or that award was
What was the award for our viewers? What was the award?
It was like a plaque, and then it had our names on it.
Well, what was it called? What was the award called?
Oh,
The Rising Star
Yes.
Award, correct? So in that sense, and all, rising stars of 2021. I'm getting the dates off and all. So to have you be the first recipients of that and all. So it was special when it was thought of to be put together. But you three have come together beautifully. Couldn't ask for a better recipient of the award and all.